Students, you're welcome to your darling program on School on Air. This is civic education. Today we shall be taking a look at a topic which is cultism. Cultism. What is cultism? I want to know this is something you have heard before, and you know it's one of the problems that our society is being faced with this time around. So let us take a look at what is referred to as cultism. It refers to the activities of a fairly small religious group of people whose operations and membership are kept away from the knowledge of the public. That is, activities of some people whose membership and their operation and what they do, everything they do, are kept away from the public, from what people of the public can see or hear about. So, in most cases, new members are subjected to painful and rigorous body rituals during initiations, which at times may lead to the death of some members. That is, anybody who wants to join this group you're talking about, anytime they want to initiate them, they have to go through a kind of rigorous training, which can sometimes lead to their death. So, it's something that is serious. It is important to mention that cult groups have contract culture. They have what is contrary to the culture or to the norms of the society. Anything called cultism, whatever they are doing, are kept in secret. They are doing it secretly. And as a result of that, their culture, whatsoever they are doing, are contrary to the norms and values of the society. These are social behaviors or belief systems which run counter to standardized and acceptable behaviors of the society. That is, the behaviors of these cult groups are something that are standardized, that is run counter rather to the standardized and acceptable behaviors of the society. They are responsible for most heinous crimes in our society, like murder, sexual harassment, kidnapping, and arson. That is, these cult groups they're talking about, they are responsible for a lot of things that are, social problems in our society, like murder. They are responsible for crimes like a murder, like sexual harassment, like kidnapping and arson. They are the one they are using for this kind of crimes. So, let's say different cult groups in existence. We have the Black Arts, as you can see on your screen there. That is their logo. We have the Supreme Eye Confraternity. Then we have the Buccaneers Confraternity. We have the Supreme Vikings. We have the Razor. We have a Black Beret, Brotherhood of the Blood. That is what they call themselves. By the time they say Black Beret, it's the answer to the slogan is a Brotherhood of the Blood. We have Daughters of Jezebel. This kind of cult group are, it's involve a female, in that kind of setup. Then we have a Black Brazier female group. This kind of cult group, like I said the other time, also it's a cult group of a female, and we have some other cult groups like that. Now let's see why students join secret cults. There are reasons why students join cult group. Let's see some of these reasons. Number one, many reactions have been advanced to explain why students are attracted to secret cults. We have some of these reasons are: number one, peer pressure. Peer pressure. This happens when friends and peer groups influence innocent friends into cultism. My friend, let's go and have a party together somewhere. Then they go together. When they get here, it's something else. So as a result of this peer influence, students find themselves in these cult activities. So we have peer pressure. Then number 2, we have a sexual urge. Some students join secret cult as an opportunity to fulfill their sexual urge or fantasies, because he want to get a girl, and he has not been able to get that girl. So everything he is doing right away is to get that girl, and as a result of that, he can join secret cult so as to be empowered to be able to tap that girl. They believe that belonging to a secret cult will afford them free access to girls of their choice. That is the mentality of some students. They believe when they join secret cult, they will be able to, take any girl or have access to any girl of their choice, which is not so. So that is one of the reasons why students join secret cults. The third one is security reasons. They need to be secure against bullies and sexual harassment on the part of the female students, and security from rival groups in the school have been advanced as reasons why students are attracted to secret cults. Some of these students we're talking about, maybe guys are harassing them in the school, and the next thing they think they can do is to join secret cult so as to be able to be under a very close security, to be secured. So what comes to their mentality is that when they join secret cult, they will be secured absolutely from these guys. So that is another reason why students join secret cults. Number 4, greed and clamor for status. Students that are gullible and covetous are easily lured and initiated into cultism. Students that are covetous, they want to do what their colleagues are doing. They want to buy the kind of car their colleagues are using, not knowing that where they're coming from is, seriously different from each other. So that is going to, give them a kind of a serious problem. So they want to do everything at all costs, which will not possible. So one of the reasons, why they join our cult group is because of their greed and clamor for status. They want to live high. They want to, everything they want to do in the campus is, a very high something, which will not be possible. So such students, not minding the financial status of their family, also want to ride in flashy cars and treated as important people on campus, like their colleagues, whose means of wealth they cannot explain. The student we're talking about now does not know the meaning, the means of the other colleagues who are riding on very expensive cars. They don't know, but they just want to ride on such cars because they have seen their friends riding on such cars, and that will not help them. So that is one of the reasons why they joined this cult group, just to live a very expensive life. That's another reason. Another point is family background. Students of single parenthood are susceptible or easily influenced by peers to join secret cult of students, of single parenthood. For example, we have a child that is being nurtured by a single mother or a single father. It's not going to be easy for that mother to take good care of that child. She might not be able to go to school and check on the child. She might not be able to provide everything that the child needs. As a result of that, this child can be easily influenced by his colleagues, by his peers. And as a result of that, he can join a secret cult. That's another point there. Such students often feel inferior and insecure in the society, thus making them easy targets, because they have this mindset that they are not secured. They feel inferior. They have a kind of bad feelings for themselves, and as a result of that, they can be easily lured into these cult activities. Now let's take a look at the reasons for formation of cult groups. Looking beyond the small world of a formal school setting, the general consensus is that the notorious activities and impact of cultism are also eating deep into the fabrics of the society at large. Hence, attempt would be made by taking a cursory look into the reasons for the formation of cultism in the larger society. Now, one of the reasons that we have a lot of reasons why these cult groups have formed or are established. Now, we want to take a look at some of these reasons. The first one, injustice or marginalization. Any society where injustice and marginalization is the order of the day, people will resort to cultism as a way of getting justice and fair share of the national cake. When there is a kind of inequality, when people have the sense of being cheated upon, then the next thing they can think of is to go to a cult group and to bring such a thing into justification, so that at the end of the day they can fight for their rights and achieve their aims. So one of the reasons why these cult groups are formed is injustice and marginalization. Then we also have poor leadership. A society where the leaders are immersed in corrupt practices and acts of indiscipline with no corrective mechanisms in place to curb them might trigger off the formation and growth of cultism. In a society where the leaders are ruling arbitrarily, where they use their power as if they are the God, where they misbehave, where they maltreat people, where they misappropriate funds and so on. You see, that kind of society, people want to join cult group so as to bring them back to order. You see, by the time people are having this feeling that the leaders are doing what they like, then they want to just look for a way of justifying them, and as a result of that, that can lead to formation of more cult groups in our society. We have parental background. That's the third point there, where a particular family has been a member of a cult from generation to generation. Anybody born into such family may automatically become a member of such cults. An example is Ogboni cult in ancient Yoruba tradition. In the olden days, we have some of our great grandfathers who belong to this Ogboni fraternity, and by the time they want to die, they just invite one of their children or two or three of them to come and be represent them because they are going. So family background can be one of the reasons why these cult groups are formed. Then we have exposure to foreign values. Exposure to some negative foreign values through television transmission, video clips, and internet facility can lead to the propagation and development of wrong social values like cultism. Some of the things you watch on television, students, some of the things you watch, they are not real. But so those things will go seriously into your brain that at the end of the day, you won't be able even to build yourselves and to even think of something good. But the next thing you'll be thinking of is to join cult group. So one of the reasons why these cult groups are formed is as a result of the exposure to foreign values. Then we have drug use and abuse. The continuous exposure to the use of and abuse of drugs like cocaine, heroin, marijuana, etc., can influence into cultism. This is because cultists are mostly drug addicts. You see, most of these cultists we're talking about, they are drug addicts, and by the time they have taken these drugs we're talking about, you see, they misbehave. They see themselves in a very high places and and as a result of that, they want to join cult group. They just want to join. They can think of what they will not be able to do in the next 10 years. They will begin to see themselves doing it. So that is not going to work. And we have proliferation of arms and ammunition. Arms and ammunition have become a common instrument in our society these days. When young people are in possession of it, they feel secure and superior to everybody. So when these young people who is so somebody that is young and is so agile, the agility is there. So and is having these ammunitions we're talking about, the next thing, I mean, if we have 2 or 3 of them, the next thing they will think about, I mean, they will think of is to come together and form a culture group, because this one has gone, the other one has, and so on. Before you know it, they just come together to, form a very serious cult group. And we have peer group influence. Is another reasons why these cult groups are formed. This is a common occurrence among young people, especially in the institution of higher learning, where friends appear lure innocent friends into cultism. By the time they have friends, the fresher, they are coming into the school. You see, before you know it, they come together and just invite the friend. I have a party here. Let's go and do things together. And before you have 3, 4, or 5 of them that are like-minded, people together. And before you know it, what they do is to form a cult group. Finally, let's see the summary of what I've taught you today. I want to believe you have understood and you have gained a lot in today's episode of Civic Education on School on Air. So, what is cultism? I told you that this is the activities of some people that are kept away from the what the public can know. Then we have different cult groups. Like I told you, we have the black bra, we have the pink ladies, we have the black hags, we have the Eye confraternity, and so on. Then why students join cults, secret cults? I told you, if you remember very well, I said, parental background, we have family background, we have peer influence, and so on. I want to believe you have written those things down. That's good. So reasons for formation of cult groups. I told you that, like possession of some ammunitions and the kind of program you watch on television these days, and some other things are responsible for the formation of cult groups in our society. So that is what I've taught you today, and I want to believe you have learned. That's good. So let's see. This is the question you're going to answer. Take your pen and begin to write them. Define cultism. I believe you have understood because I've taught you. Advanced reasons why students are attracted to join secret cults. I gave you so many points on that. Explain factors that are responsible for the formation of cult groups. So those are the things they're going to do for me. Send it to the address running on your screen, and I'm going to receive them. This is a convenient time for us to call it a day on School on Air today. Until next time we meet on another episode of Civic Education on School on Air, I say have a nice day. Bye.